There's guys that are just associated with a sport. You throw out their name and everybody knows. And one of those names is Randy Ferbey. And of course, the sport is curling. Good to see you.
Nice to see you,
Hall of Famer. I just asked you a question before we went on the air, and that was, who's the greatest male curler of all times? Take yourself out of the argument, because there would be people that would go Randy Ferbey.
I'm definitely out of the argument there. I can't say myself. There's been some great ones. You know, as much as I hate to say it, Kevin Martin was a phenomenal curler.
And you say that because he was a huge rival of yours,
nemesis,
right?
rival, whatever. Yeah, he's won everything there is to win. Russ Howard was pretty good. Glenn Howard, his twin brother, I guess you could say, was pretty good at one time too, or is now. It's open for debate for sure.
And the sport has evolved, obviously, and one of the reasons is the fitness level, right? I mean, now it's, when did you first go full-time in curling where you didn't have any other job?
We were actually the first team to go full-time, and that was about 2005. And now I believe there's 10, 15 teams going full-time, putting time and effort with the fitness level, like you say, is second to none now. Like these athletes, part of these players on some of these teams are as fit as an NHL athlete. It is amazing what they're doing.
So Ed Wernick will not be making a comeback.
Ed Wernick will not, neither will Randy Ferbey.
See, I like you too much to have used you as an example, but Ed's a better example anyway. Right. Actually, one of the first years we were on the show, we had him drinking beer, and we covered up the make, and we asked him, can you identify? We had like 5 beers there. It was hysterical. And he would drink, he'd go, it's Canadian. He would drink, it's Heineken. He nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
a talent, for sure.
Absolutely.
So the second annual Everest Ferbey National Pro-Am.
Yes. It's open to everybody over the age of 50 that plays in a league across Canada. All they do is have to play in a league. They play once a week, 5 times a week. They get a ballot every time they play. And grand prize is a trip to play against myself and 3 other curlers in Digby, Nova Scotia. That runs in conjunctions with the Canadian seniors first weekend in April.
Yeah. Why'd you do this? I know, because my take has always been that curling, the average age would be older, but I know from preparing for this, it's gotten way, way younger. It's now a young person's game.
It has gotten younger, but when Everest first approached me about doing something in curling, we talked about creating a brand new event or piggybacking like the Brier or the Scotties. And we came up with the idea that seniors across Canada are the backbone of curling clubs right now across Canada. Like, they are the ones that are supporting it and driving curling clubs. So we want to give something back to those guys.
Last year, obviously very successful. There was you, there was Jennifer Jones, there was Gushu, I believe.
Kathy King.
Right.
And Heather Nedeman.
Right. Okay. Well,
it's very good.
So I got 2 of the 4.
So we got, I can't really say who we got this year, but we hoped to upstage our group last year, and I think we will.
Have any of these people's names been mentioned on the show so far?
No, they have not.
You know, if this goes on long enough, I'll just keep getting clues and keep getting clues.
We're going to have a big announcement of the 3 players joining me in Vegas during the Continental Cup in second weekend in January.
So you've been traveling across the country for this, right?
It's right across from. I started in Vancouver a couple weeks ago, flew off to Halifax. Now I'm in the Toronto area, heading my way back home.
Never made the Olympics. I mean, I'm not telling you that. Obviously, you know that. Does it haunt you at all? I mean, some guys retire and they go, "Wow, you know, it still bugs me that I didn't."
You know, it's kind of funny. I mean, I think about it, but it's because I had such a successful career at the Brier level. And when I was growing up, that was what was important, was the Brier. And I never had a chance to play in the Olympics. But the funny thing is, a lot of people, when I travel and I talk to people, they think I've been at the Olympics, so I just kind of play along. Yeah, it was a great event.
Okay, let's do that. Exactly. Let's do that, because you would never lie. You just don't correct him, right? Randy Ferbey, good to see you, man. Oh, you've done everything, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I imagine people have a great time at the Olympics.
Totally, it was a wonderful experience. All those people, it's unbelievable. Nothing like it.
When you're competing against people and they end up with that honor to go, can you cheer for them?
You know, I like to say cheer for Canadians, absolutely, but obviously there are some players or teams, and it's not just me. I think it's right across the board at every sport. They have a hard time supporting a player that's a rival for you or whatever, but ultimately cheering for Canada for sure.
So that is part of your history. The biggest part, though, are the Briers and the World Championships, and I think for a lot of people it's still all about the Brier. And
it is.
and I know at TSN, it's all about the Brier.
For sure. And I mean, getting to the Olympics is huge. Like, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I played to get the Brier. That was my number one goal, was to play the Brier.
Ferbey Everest Pro-Am, the second annual. How do people find out more?
Go to go to your curling club, talk to your curling club manager. He should have all the information.
Good to
Simple.
see you, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.